Hey, if you're an indie author and you want to know a way to keep track of all the tasks related to launching your book, keep watching. I'm Jay Nicole, a contemporary author of over 40 books, and I want to teach you the tips and tricks that I use to consistently put out books month over month and continuously write. Last week in my video, I discussed how I start a project. So I just started a new project for my Christian romance pen name. And if you're a reader and found this video and you want to know more about that, drop me a message on my social or in my email and I'll tell you all about it. For everyone else, if you're an aspiring author, a writer, an indie author, or whatever, then this one is for you. Last week, I started a new project and I discussed how I develop my characters, how I plot the book, and finally, how I write a blurb. Then I told you a little bit about all the tools that I use to manage that project. Well, today I want to go into more detail about one of those about one of those tools, which happens to be Asana. It's a project management tool that I use to track all the tasks that are involved with writing a book. Before I go there, let me back up and tell you a little something about myself. Before becoming a full time author, I was a Salesforce solution architect. That may not mean anything to you. It's in IT. So essentially, I was responsible for developing software to be used for different businesses. And in most of my career, I had many different clients. Doing that required a lot of project management. If it wasn't even just for me as a project manager, it was me making sure that I was always on task and I knew exactly what needed to be done and when. So for me, when I became a full time author, having a project plan was the easiest thing to do. It just made sense. So instead of saying, okay, well, I want a book to release this summer and start writing and then forget that all the other tasks that are involved, I now have this project plan where I can go in and say, okay, these are all the tasks that I need to do for each launch. And these are the dates when those things are due. So that as I'm writing, I don't lose sight of that end date and all the tasks are involved between now and then. Because as you know, as an indie author, oftentimes you are doing a lot of those tasks on your own. You wear multiple hats, right? So while I'm writing, I may also want to be developing some of the social media content. Or while I'm writing, I may need to check with my editor to make sure she's going to be available to edit it. There are a number of different tasks, and over the years, I have created a template of tasks that I use for each launch, give or take. I may take some away, may add some, but I at least have a template. So with Asana, which I'm going to show you today, it's a tool where you can track all these tasks, put in all the dates, and understand when those things are due. It's also good for a lot of other things and organizing with actual teams, etc. But like I said, as an indie author, oftentimes we are a team of one with some ancillary players like cover designers or editors, beta readers, ARC readers, etc. So let me go ahead and show you this tool. I'm getting it up on my screen now so that you can see it. So this is Asana. And the great thing about it is it's a free tool. So you can create an account for it and it can cost you nothing, but it will save you a lot of time, which therefore saves you money. So awesome bang for your buck, right? Which is nothing. So in Asana, what I like to do is track all of the tasks by book. So right now, His Only Shot was the latest project that I worked on for Jay Nicole. And as you see at the very top, I have my release date. And there's different things and different ways you can organize your to-do list or your tasks that you have within a project to allow you to sort things as needed. As you can see, many of these tasks have already been completed. Those have all been checked off with the green that you can see here. And there are dates here. Some things are very hardcore dates that I have to track, like the release date. I absolutely know that I'm going to release on this date. And I absolutely know that Amazon is going to require me to upload that pre-order by this date because I did make this a pre-order book. So even more helpful to make sure that I stay on track. If you plan to release when it's ready, then maybe not as big of an issue, but you still might want to know what are all the things that I want to do before that book is released. Because as you know, there's the writing, there's the editing, there's the cover, there's the blurb, there's marketing, and there's coordinating with other people who you want to help participate in your launch. So making sure that you have all those tasks and don't forget them, Asana is a great tool to do that. So as you can see, there's some tasks remaining that I have. And for those who are interested, I plan to create a PDF template with all the tasks that I use to generate a book launch. So stay tuned on that. If you want to know where I am and how I'm writing with the current project that I'm working on, stay tuned. I'll definitely give you an update for that as well. For those who are curious, I started my book project last Tuesday, so almost a week from tomorrow, and I've already completed 26,000 words to date. And that's me starting from Tuesday to this Monday and not writing over the weekend. One thing to say about that, again, I like to stress I am a full time author. But although I'm a full time author, that doesn't mean that I am writing 8 hours a day. Because honestly, you can see all these tasks. I don't have 8 hours a day to dedicate to writing, unfortunately. Also, my mind gets a little bogged down after putting in a few thousand words. So, my word count goal now is 5,000 words a day. I'm a morning person, so I start bright and early. I start at 5:30 in the morning at the latest, and I write until 7, take a break to get the kids to school, and then I pick up again at 9 when I get back from taking them to school, and then I write until I finish that word count goal for the day. And then after that, I'm done. And usually that looks like around 10 or 11. Today it was around 11, but that still left me time to be able to do the other tasks because although I am working on this book, there are previous books that still need attention because backlist is king. So once you have multiple books under your belt, you want to make sure that you don't neglect the babies that you've already released into the world. So again, this is Asana. It's a great project tool. It's free, but it will help you stay organized. If you would like to know more about it or how I use it or some of the tasks that I even include on my project plan, feel free to drop a comment on this video or reach out to me on my socials or email, and I will definitely give you some more details on anything that you need. I hope this is helpful. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe so that you don't miss future videos, and I hope to see you in Author World. Thanks again.